Hello and welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I'm your host, Gabe Peterson, and this is the place investors go to gain actionable advice, learn about current market trends, and hear war stories from other professional investors out there in the field today. Before we get started, I have two quick housekeeping items for you. First, if you like this episode, we would very much appreciate a like, subscribe, and share. It is the best way to support the show and keep it running far into the future. Second, if you're a new investor looking to get started in real estate or an experienced investor looking to take your investing to the next level, I've created an ebook just for you that will cover how to find deals that are actually deals, how to finance those deals with little to no money down, and how to exit those deals for maximum value. On top of that, I throw in an insane amount of free bonuses that you'll have access to once you buy the ebook. All I charge is our admin costs to keep this show running. So if you're serious about real estate investing and want to create both active and passive income as an investor, head on over to the website at therealestateinvestingclub.com and click on the button that says get the ebook in the upper right-hand corner to grab yourself a copy. With that said, let's dive right in. Today we have a very special guest with us, ready to drop some investor knowledge on you. So buckle up, grab your pen and paper, and enjoy the ride. All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club Deal Review. Today we have with us Logan Freeman. Logan was with us recently on a full episode. So if you want to check out Logan's full episode, look into the history, you can find it there. Probably the last episode that was released. But today Logan is going to take us through an individual deal that he accomplished recently. So Logan, where was this deal located?
It was in Independence, Missouri, which is a eastern Jackson County submarket of Kansas City, about 15 minutes from downtown.
Independence, Missouri, right on. I think I remember that city from the Oregon Trail game a long time
ago.
Oh,
yeah, that's exactly right, actually. It's definitely Harry Truman lived there.
Oh, there you go. What type of property was this?
It was a 426-unit multifamily property.
Ooh, that's a big guy.
It is a big guy.
Okay. And then why did you want to buy this? What about this property drew you to it?
Well, I broker a lot of deals out in Independence. And the reason I wanted to buy this was because I love figuring out why somebody wants to sell. And this was a private equity firm that had bought this property. They had a 5-year hold period on it. Okay. So they had implemented their business plan on about 72% of the units, and it had been proven. And they hit their IRRs, they got their return for their investors, and it was time to sell. Well, guess what? Now there's 28% of those units on 426. That's a lot for us to go renovate and still push the value on the deal. So that's why I wanted to buy it, and that's where I thought the value was going to be at.
I love it. What was the we'll get into the finances later. So moving on, how did you find it?
One of the top brokers in the city brought it to me.
Brokers. Yeah. And that would be the answer there is networking, my ladies and gentlemen. Networking is key.
I find most of my deals off of LinkedIn, believe it or not. It's crazy.
You get deals off LinkedIn, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I love it. LinkedIn, it's the next Facebook. Yeah, that's how I've been saying for a while. Next question is, how did you finance it?
Well, we financed it with agency loans. So we had one conventional loan, and we had 2 small balance loans because this was compiled of 3 different properties, 253 units, 113, and 60. I think that's the
portfolio.
The portfolio of 3 properties. So we had 1 conventional loan and 2 small balance loans.
Gotcha. So
I had to raise $7.6 million for it.
That is the other question. So you financed it with a conventional lending, and then you raised the money through. How'd you go about doing that? Was it all through your network, or did you actually do marketing for this?
Now it is a 506B, believe it or not. So you have to have a massive network to be able to take something like that down. And I was able to partner with one of my capital partners from California. So I've been spending a ton of time educating out in the tech industry in California. And one guy has really stepped up and become a really strong capital partner for us. So he took a portion, and then FTW, our company that bought it, it also took a large portion of the equity.
I love it. Next question is value. So I mean, it sounds like you already, you brushed over this a little bit already, but how'd you add value to this property?
Yeah, I mean, so there's a couple things on this deal. Obviously, we're going to continue to implement the business plan, and actually on this deal, during our contract period, because we went under contract late March, actually, so it was a long contract period. The NOI went up substantial, and there was a risk to the deal about 2 weeks in advance. And so, long story short, the NOI has gone up. The value of the property went up. If you ask somebody, between $600,000 and $800,000. So the business plan was continuing to be implemented, but we're also going to add amenities. So there's a pool there. It hasn't been working for a while. We have a large Hispanic population. Hispanics love to play soccer, so we're actually putting in soccer fields for the kids. And so there's some other things like that on that, but most of it is just continuing to implement the same business plan that they've been doing the last 4 years.
And that was flipping individual units.
That's right.
Like they were about 72% of the way through. So you finished the rest of that. What is it? 26, 28%?
Yep, 28%.
And that's awesome. I love it. So you flipped and then you added a few additional amenities. Soccer field, by the way, that is a really good idea.
Yeah. We got that by talking to the tenants, man. I mean, we just said, what would you want? And we did a survey across all the tenants, and that was a huge highlight for us. And I said, well, we can make that happen. We got tons of green space, and so we're making it happen for them.
And in terms of capital outlay, I mean, you just get some paint, you draw some square the grass, and you're good.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Now we got to keep it maintained, but
yeah, exactly. Next, what were the numbers? Let's dive deep into this. You bought it. I think you already mentioned this number. It was, I don't remember. What was the number?
Yeah, we bought it at $21,750,000.
21. All right, take us through the rest. You bought it for 21 million. What was the rehab budget that you guys had in there?
The rehab budget was, and I have to pull this up exactly, but I would say that we had, in relation to per unit, somewhere between $8,000 and $12,000, depending on where the size of the unit was for the rehab budget. And then the CapEx budget was obviously different than that. But the units there are about 700. They go from 700 square feet all the way up to 980 square foot. And so we're implementing flooring, which is about $4 a foot installed, paint, which is about $225, $2.25 to paint the units. We've got our cabinets, which we're doing a lot of painting of those cabinets. We've got vanities and then new appliances. So, but a big portion of it is flooring and paint on all of these units. That's just, they got a lot of carpet in those units, and I don't like carpet. So we're taking all of the carpet out and we're implementing with LVT, and that's a large expense on the deal. So the exteriors are really nice. We're doing a lot of striping and resurfacing of the parking lots. They set the parking lots up really goofy. If you get a unit over there, you get two spots, but they're in front of each other. So, like you have a spot here, but you have a spot directly in front of it. So it's kind of a little goofy. So we're actually thinking through how we might be able to reconfigure the parking lots as well. And then the exteriors need a little bit of paint, but also they need trash enclosures, man. This is the biggest thing that we see on a lot of properties is just trash everywhere, overflowing, and then the dumpsters are just in the parking lot. So we're going to build some really nice ones. And I don't like the wood ones because the wood ones warp. We have all 4 seasons here. We get a lot of snow, we get a lot of heat, and so that just moves it around. So we're going to build some nice trash enclosures as well.
That's actually a really good idea. We just bought a mobile home park out in George here, and I'm going to implement that because I've never installed a trash enclosure, but that's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's a little more expensive, but they stay really, really nice. And if you don't want to have to continue to change out the wood on those things, and I recommend doing brick or some sort of stone and if you want to, you can even do just a wood door, because the doors are a lot cheaper to replace than the whole enclosure.
Perfect. I love it. So we were on the numbers. You said 21 million, and then you said about 12,000 per unit. You had 28 units, so 336,000 for rehab. So that does not increase that total price all that much. So let's talk about the exit. What are you guys looking to use? Is it a long-term hold, or are you looking to sell in 5 years?
Well, we're going to sell this thing in 5 years. We might recapitalize it in 5 years, but we got some really great debt terms. So, I think that since we were under contract and the NOI has gone up so much, I really think we'll get an offer earlier than that. But everybody was waiting for COVID pricing, and if you waited for COVID pricing, you didn't get COVID pricing because they're gone. I mean, we have 7 or 8 months now of collections, and everybody's feeling more comfortable now. Well, they weren't back in March and April. So I talked to the sellers, if they were going to come back on, if we didn't buy it, they were going to take it back to market, and they were going to be on, the price was going to be closer to 24 million that they bought it at. So I think there's some serious value to be had here, but cash flow is like crazy right now. And so, I think we'll keep it for at least 3 years and then kind of just test the water, see what's going on in Kansas City.
Perfect. I love it. And final question, lesson learned. So what is the biggest lesson you learned throughout this entire process?
Man, I mean, so we had a big capital partner kind of going into the deal. So they were going to raise a lot of the capital. It was an investment bank, actually. It's what they do. They dropped the ball. They raised about 150 grand in 30 days. And so I had to go renegotiate an extension and said, I'm bringing this in-house. We're going to do it ourselves. And we did. But the biggest lesson learned is do not put all of your eggs in one basket for any component of the real estate equation. And so always have a backup plan. And if you haven't done a big deal with somebody before, I recommend starting on a smaller scale with less risk. So that was the biggest lesson that I learned is, you can outsource a lot of things, but there's some things in the business that you might or should not outsource unless you have a good relationship with the person that you're outsourcing to.
Love it. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the deal review. Logan, thank you for hopping on and sharing everything that you did. You just shared about that Independence, Missouri property. If you guys want to check out his full episode, again, look in the history. It should be the previous episode that was released. Other than that, as always, have an absolutely fantastic week. Keep rocking real estate and look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I enjoyed putting it on, and we're able to pull some actionable advice that you can apply in your own investing today in the field. Before you go, we have a gift for you. If you're a new investor looking to get started or an established investor looking to take your investing to the next level, I've created an ebook just for you, available on our website. This ebook will cover how I was able to create both active and passive income in real estate with very little money to start with. In it, I will address the 3 most often cited obstacles new and veteran investors run into by showing you how to find deals that are actually deals, how to finance a deal with little to no money down, and how to exit those deals for maximum value. And if you get the ebook today, I am throwing in a bundle of bonuses, 7 of them to be exact. The first one will be the off-market lead generation blueprint, which will take you through the exact systems and processes we use to generate off-market leads like clockwork, which is the most important skill when it comes to creating wealth in real estate. The second bonus is the A to Z REI systems and vendors guide, which will allow you to peek under the hood of our business and see the exact tools, systems, and even the vendors we use to see the success that we do. And the third bonus is the top 100 best performing keywords pack, which will give you the exact keywords we use to target motivated sellers online using PPC ads. The fourth bonus is our contracts bundle for wholesaling and renting real estate, which will give you access to all the contracts we use in the field to execute all different types of transactions. After that is the Investors Quick Analysis Calculator and Offer Tool, which will allow you to quickly calculate whether a deal is an actual deal and will allow you to create an offer automatically from those calculations. This is a lot of bonuses that I said. I'm just going to keep going down the list. Number 6 is the Investors Daily Success Tracker, which is a tracker you can use to ensure you are taking the right actions day in and day out to reach your financial goals in real estate. And the last bonus is the Wholesalers Template for Quick Assignment Cash, which will give you the templates we use to present our wholesale deals professionally and efficiently to our buyers. Whew, that is a bundle. So it's a mouthful. You get all of those bonuses for free when you download the ebook. All we charge is the admin cost to run the show. So if you're interested in the ebook and the bonus bundle, head on over to the website at therealestateinvestingclub.com. Click on Get the ebook bundle at the top of the page to take advantage of that deal. And with that said, I hope you have a fantastic day, an even better week. Keep rocking real estate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.